Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome to my first video. You know what? I'm just gonna get right to the video. Today, what we're gonna be doing is an anime tier list, but not just any anime tier list. We're gonna be doing something very safe, something that will not persecute me or people burning me at stake. Can you hear that dog? I think there's a dog yapping. So today we're going to be doing an anime tier list that has practically never been done, and it's going to be on the topic of food. As many of you already know, many of the tier lists that made the tier list craze become so popular was food. And when I look through a lot of anime tier lists, all I see are best protagonist, best antagonist, but no one has done food. So I'm gonna be the first one to lay the groundwork and establish what the best food is. So I have my lovely assistant here. His name is Steve. There should be a picture around here, and my lovely assistant Steve has gave me 16 types of food from all walks of life of anime, and we are going to be ranking it today. There's a couple of rules that I've set. Rule number one food per anime. And the reason why I say this is I don't want this tier list to become the Food Wars show. Rule number two, repeat rule number one. So without further ado, let's get started. You like that? Dude, why listen to ASMR when you guys can just listen to me crumple up some paper? So the first one is Deep Fried Egg by Eurocamp. Now I'm going to be quite honest with you guys, I have not seen Eurocamp. So that's the part when Google becomes my other assistant. Alright, so judging by this deep fried egg, I gotta say it looks absolutely delicious. Now, since this is going to be the tier list that will lay the groundwork for future food tier lists, I'm going to remain unbiased. And by the looks of it, I mean, even though I'm an egg fan by heart, it's just a fried egg. You know, someone literally took an egg and just threw it in a pool of oil. But since this is going to be the first one of our list, I think it's safe to say that we put it at a safe B. You know, I don't want to let down all my egg lovers out there, so we're gonna keep it at B for now. I might move around the food if I find reasons to move them, but Eurocamp's fried egg stays at a nice B in my book. All right. Don't let me down, Steve. Crepe and Ice Cream from Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. Now this one I've seen for sure, without a doubt. This is making me hungry for some crepes and ice cream, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I just had a box of pizza today, and you guys know when you eat something extremely savory and then you just gotta wash off that savoriness with something sweet? That's what I'm feeling like at this moment in time. So not because I'm craving some sweets right now, but this goes in a nice, hard-deserved A. Onigiri and Grilled Squid by Kofuku Graffiti. Let's go look it up. Okay. So I wasn't able to find both the onigiri and the squid, but I was able to find a video on it. And you guys might not like this, but they never even focused on the food. They were focused on the girl's reaction. I don't want that. Guys, what are we here for again? We're here for the food, not the girls. The girls come in second. It's all about the food. This is absolutely unacceptable. Well, while I do think the food that they somewhat showed was delicious, unfortunately, I can't give this a good grade as they were just focusing merely on the woman. And that's not what we want. So I'm hopping between D or an E. But since we're in the beginning phase of this tier list, I'm going to be a little kind. and we're gonna put it at a nice good old D. Food's great, reaction to the food also great, but I need to see that food, dude. Oh shoot. I almost dropped Steve. What is this? Meat. Spirited Away. Okay, what do you mean by meat? Okay, judging by what Google is giving me, I'm assuming it's the meat that turns her parents into pigs. So we're looking at this basically. Or well, we're not looking at the pigs, my bad. We're looking at the food. We're looking at the food. And judging by the food, I have seen Spirited Away, but it's been so long since I've seen it. In fact, Spirited Away was the first anime movie I've ever watched. I was in 7th grade. I was in the anime club. We didn't really do much of anime stuff. We just sat around and watched movies, watched Death Note, and we watched Spirited Away. That's really the only two things we did. As I'm much older now and can clearly see the food, I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. While the food looks delicious, it's just meat. Like, don't get me wrong, meat's good, but while the meat looks great, personally, meat by itself is kind of unappetizing. Not gonna lie, guys. But of course, I gotta keep this tier list not biased. So just judging by like the quality of the meat itself, how it looks, including those steam buns to the right, I gotta give this a good B. No wowzers yet. No S tier food yet. What's the next one? What is this? Giga Pudding? What the heck is Giga Pudding? Assassination Classroom. Giga Pudding. Giga Pudding. So Giga Pudding Assassination Classroom. So this is Giga Pudding that our good old sensei tried to eat all at once, and little did he know there was a secret surprise inside the pudding, aka a bomb. But by the looks of this pudding, from an unrealistic standpoint, it looks good. But judging it in real terms, if that makes any sense, it's just a huge piece of pudding. It looks like a volcano that just erupted. If a 2-story tall pile of pudding was presented at you, do you think that would look appetizing? No, I don't think so. I think this belongs in the C. While yes, it's pudding, I don't think no one can eat 5 tons of pudding. 2 hot sandwiches from today's menu for the Amiya family. Alright, so by the looks of this looks absolutely delicious, and I can support this argument because I actually watched the video and how this sandwich was prepared. And let me tell you, how they prepared it kind of turned me on. By the looks of it, it looks like an average BLT. Of course, since it's from an anime, the looks of it artistically is heightened, which is great. You know, this is an anime tier list for a reason. The art style itself just makes this food pop so well. I mean, just look at his face. And it looks like this server is actually going to munch down on this sandwich before giving it to whoever he's giving it to. With that deduction, I have to give it an A. Still no wowzers yet. No wowzers at all. And guys, don't get the wrong idea. Like, A is still great, okay? A is not like it's still bad food, right? Bad food belongs in like the E or the F category. Like, it has to look totally unappetizing, alright? I'm a fan of all types of food, okay? I was born in a mud hut. I saw a thing or two. I did see a thing or two. Alright, Steve. Next card. Omarice from Garden of Woods. Now this, I already know. As many of you already know, food in movies, specifically, they look so god dang delicious without a underlying doubt in my mind. Now this is a wowzer, okay? You can perfectly see the rice. Of course, the picture itself is not the best of quality, but you can see the rice practically steaming as the egg is underneath it. And obviously it was speared by a spoon, but the cut itself is so perfect. I'm at a loss for words. Like, this belongs in a category in itself. This goddamn plane's destroying my video right now, dude. Now there's fire trucks. This belongs in a category in itself, but this has to go S. Without a doubt. This is S tier food. This is the definition of S tier food. Tempura Bowl from the anime Rokuhodo Yotsuiro Biori. Rokuhodo Yotsuiro Biori. Tell me if I got that right, guys. Let me tell you guys something. Okay, so before I rank this, let me tell you guys a little something about myself. I'm not a fan of sushi, okay? But wait. Let me tell you why I'm not a fan of sushi. Because why would you get sushi when you can get like a beef bowl or a tempura bowl that's like 4 times the amount of rice, 4 times the amount of content, whether it be the tempura or the meat, and you pay like less than sushi. Sushi, you're paying like 10 American dollars for like 6 pieces. That's not gonna fill me up. I gotta buy like 3 of them. In a capitalistic society, I believe that this food right here, the tempura bowl, belongs in an A rank. Without a doubt, this is quality food. And how much you wanna bet that is cheaper than 6 pieces of sushi? I can bet. Follow me on Twitter. Tell me if I'm wrong. Our next text subject. Steve, why you gotta do this to me? Jelly-filled donuts. Pokemon. I think you guys are fully aware of where this is going. Okay, can I say something really fast? Brock deserves more credit than he should, alright? A full-grown adult who abandoned his other siblings, okay, to go with 2 other children and just simply cook for them, provide them food to make sure they don't starve to death. This man is the true backbone. Like, I'm getting riled up over this. Like, this is a serious issue. Hashtag Brock deserves better. There's a reason why I'm gonna have to rank him S, okay? There's a reason why he belongs in S tier because of everything that I just said. At this point, I'm not even ranking the food. I'm just ranking Brock. Brock deserves to be S. Okay, so we're practically at the halfway point, so we're going to speedrun this. Okay, so bacon and eggs. Howl's Moving Castle. Pretty simple, you guys know. Okay, keep it short and simple. Let me guys ask you a question. When was the last time you've seen just bacon and eggs by themselves to be this delicious? Yeah, that's right. I'll let you have some time to think. Never. Okay, this is the first time that Studio Ghibli, Hayao Miyazaki, made eggs and bacon look this delicious. And with that, it belongs in an A. Now you might be wondering, okay, why did you make bacon and eggs A tier, but not Spirited Away at A tier? Why is Spirited Away lower? And with that in mind, you are correct. I'm moving it up to A, okay? Meat is, how Hayao Miyazaki displays his meat is the best. Okay, so this next one is going to be Rice, Eggs, and Soy Sauce by Gin no Saji. Now, the rice, eggs, and soy sauce in Gin no Saji is something I think we've all seen before. Let me just bring it up. Okay, so you remember that time in Gin no Saji where this guy just took rice, cracked an egg, just poured soy sauce, and just vigorously shake it? Well, yeah, this is practically the dish. Presentation-wise, I mean, it's just rice, eggs, and soy sauce. The scene itself is super funny, the way he just shakes it violently and makes it look delicious. I gotta give effort on that category, so I think it belongs right next to egg. Practically, I think the B category is just for eggs. Just eggs that look delicious, but nothing too eye-popping by itself. Alright, our next one is Double Fried Chicken by Izakaya. I have a grudge for this one. Let me bring up the food for this one. So if you haven't seen this episode of Izakaya, the server takes chicken karaage, or fried chicken essentially. He boils it in the oil, and then he boils it again, claiming that it makes it more crispier. I'm gonna have to disagree with that. I believe once it's crispy, I don't think it can get any more crispier. That's just gonna make it burn. So judging by that logic, I'm gonna have to give it a good old B. In fact, looking at that chicken, I think I have a bag of karaage in my fridge that I haven't touched in 2 months. I think it's already expired. I think I'm gonna have to throw that away. Mackerel, The Wind Rises. Okay, so The Wind Rises was the last movie I've ever watched, fun fact, and I enjoyed it, to be quite honest with you. I used to be a history major, and the topic of World War II always interested me, and that just made the movie just as enjoyable. Alright, hear me out, guys. It might just look like a regular piece of mackerel, but this is the best piece of basic mackerel that I've ever seen in my life. I gotta give credit. I don't know how Hayao Miyazaki does it, but this mackerel looks absolutely delicious if you watch the film in general, right? The dude just cuts through the mackerel with absolute ease. Like, doesn't this have bone in it? So with that, goes at a nice A. We're almost nearing the end, guys. We got 3 more, so I'm gonna just speed run through this real quick. Alright, gotcha pork roast. The food anime that got everyone into anime food. Do you guys think you can eat all that potato on the inside? I don't think so. That's a lot of potatoes, man. That's a lot of carbohydrates. If I eat that much potatoes, I don't need carbohydrates for the next 2 weeks. But I must say though, biased aside, this is a nice piece of food. This is I can practically smell this through the screen as we speak. This belongs comfortably at A. If Nixon, like President Nixon, right, took a bite out of gotcha pork roast, he probably lived to be like 150 by how delicious that looks. Okay, Kaichos Bento from Kaguya-sama Love is War. So this is Kaichos Bento, the one that he slowly makes to be perfect. There was an episode dedicated to this bento, and it's also seen in the second OP. And I must say, this is a very delicious looking piece of bento. You know, this is the bento that got Kaguya drooling all over. So 240p picture aside, this is a pretty good looking piece of bento, I must say. Does it match with these beasts though? I'd say it'd be a high B, low A. But for now, we're just going to keep it at B. And then we're off to our last one. Which one is this? This is going to be Space Dandy Phantom Ramen. So the Phantom Ramen from Space Dandy is another piece of food that people remember fairly well. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was shown the first few episodes, if I'm not mistaken. And I must say, this is a pretty good bowl of ramen. Just by like how it looks, by its messiness, it actually heightens the look of it. Alright, don't get mad at me, but I think it's low A, guys. And yeah, we're all done. What do you guys think about this tier list? Before I go, I just want to thank my lovely assistant Steve for helping me pick out these foods to look at. All this food looks delicious. In fact, I had a whole box of pizza. I think I already mentioned this in the video, but I had a whole box of pizza. But looking at all this food just made me 10 times more hungry, so thanks, Steve. Honestly, guys, I want to hear your thoughts, right? Give me your thoughts on what you guys think about this tier list. If you guys think you have a better tier list than me, send it to me on Twitter. If you have more food that I didn't show in this tier list, please add it. I would guys like to see your tier list. Just send it to me on Twitter. Links are in the description below. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope this first video proves to be somewhat watchable, as I'm a huge normie when it comes to anime, but hey, it's better to admit it than keep it a secret, right? See you guys in the next one.